because now I'm just like, it's me, and it's my MacBook Pro. So hopefully that sound. Can we do this lying down? Oh, yes, you can, Jax. Of course you can. And that's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. Dina says it's all a setting. That's the metaphor for life. Everything is a setting. And if something's not working, you just need to figure out, what's that setting that I have that's not letting me do that thing? Oh, great question. When I fall asleep in your recording, do we absorb? Yes, of course. At the cellular level, you're taking all that stuff in. And if you fall asleep while you're meditating, I know there's some teachers, some fire and brimstone teachers who say, like, no, rigid spine, you must stand up, you must have hand mudras, be in Utpludi, full lotus, be in the appropriate setting. I think that kind of rigidity has prevented more people from coming back to meditation. So I say get as comfortable as possible. Comfort is queen. Comfort is always queen, because if you're comfortable, you'll come back. And if you're not comfortable, you're probably not going to come back. So, sure. And so what does it mean if you fall asleep? There's only three things, and for three things, that can happen when you meditate. You could have thoughts. We have 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts a day. That's one thought every 1.2 seconds. They're coming. They're coming. So you could definitely have thoughts. That would be signs of a verified meditation. What's another thing that could happen? You could experience stillness and silence. Maybe it's for a flicker, just for a flicker. Actually, there's a Sanskrit term for that. Let me type that in. It's called Atma Darshan. We've all experienced it. It's that moment in meditation where suddenly it's just like for a flicker, for a millisecond. Or after the fact, you go like, whoa, what was that? Was I just in the gap? You know, what was that? So you can't know when you're in it. That's a beautiful thing about it. You can only know after the fact. And Atma means soul, and Darshan is glimpsing. So it's just sort of like a flicker of a glimpse. So you could have thoughts, you could experience stillness, and the only third thing that could happen when you meditate is you could fall asleep. What does that mean? Well, it means you've surrendered enough. It means you've actually gotten to the point of full-on surrender to let your body get what it needs, to get your mind to receive what it needs, which is rest, which is sleep in that moment. So if you fall asleep, obviously if you always fall asleep, that means you're obviously not getting enough rest. So I would recommend that you probably put just a little bit more attention on rest. I got this Oura ring, O-U-R-A. It's made in Finland, and it tracks my heart rate variability. It tracks my deep sleep, my resting sleep, my REM sleep. It tracks my body temperature increases or decreases, and I've been using it as a tool every time that I meditate. It has an app, and it can tell me, oh, that meditation, that mantra actually lowered your heart rate, lowered your pulse. June has one too. I don't get a commission. I'm not. Actually, I do. I'm able to give a $30 discount to someone because I guess everybody on the app has one. So if you know someone and you want to do that, you can just send them a $30 discount. Anyway, we're not supposed to talk about stuff outside of Insight Timer when we're on Insight Timer, but I just wanted to share that I do pay attention to this stuff in my life, and sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'll go, wonder how I slept. Let me check the ring. Let me check how the ring said I slept. And so I think that we have... all of us are starving, I think, a little bit for deep sleep and for REM sleep. And if we could go to bed a little bit earlier, and someone like me who has to stream at least 4 hours a day of TV, it's like so important to me. And I'm watching, Handmaid's Tale, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. There's a lot of gibberish that I am watching. But I have to close my eyes by 10 o'clock. I have to be in bed. I have to be. So I would suggest that you know, start angling for 10 o'clock if you can. Becca, why do you have to stream 4 hours a day? Because that's what I do. That's what I do. I've been averaging probably between 4 and 5 hours of TV a day for, I don't know, 30 years. So it's sort of what I do. I could watch Love It or List It. I don't know. When it's a marathon on the HDTV, I could watch it for 5 straight hours. Hillary and Dave. Anyway, so yeah, whatever works. Whatever works. Other people, I would say, you don't need to stream, but I am in bed by 10 o'clock. That's I know I need that, and the Ring has confirmed it for me as well. As Dr. David Simon, one of my great mentors, said, everything in moderation, including moderation. So you need to celebrate yourself, but you also need to nourish yourself, and self-care is not selfish. So so I apologize. I'm also meditating for probably about maybe 2.5 hours a day, broken up, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, and a whole bunch of different types of 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. So I know you're like, when do you get a chance to do anything? You know, I'm highly efficient for those other hours. And I do wake up very early. So enough about me. Let's talk about you. I think there's this concept that I want to that I want to share with you. It's an ancient concept, and perhaps you've heard of it, and it's called Ritam, R-I-T-A-M, Ritam, Ritam, Ritam. We could just define it as, oh, it's rhythm. Ritam. It's just rhythm. It's the rhythm of the universe. It's the rhythm of the seasons. It's the rhythm of the tides. It's the rhythm of the moon. It's the rhythm of the day-night, the circadian rhythms. It's our 28.3 day monthly rhythm. If you're a woman, it's the rise and fall of your hormones and chemicals. You know, if you're a man, you get that too. But if you're a woman, you know, you're so much more aware of it. Women are so much more intuitive and connected to their physical body, because their body really starts giving them signals at an earlier age, and at a certain point you have to pay attention. So I think that's why more women than men seem to gravitate towards the spiritual world, because they are so much more in tune, that divine feminine energy. So if you have a little too much masculine energy, that's an opportunity for you to sort of like amp up your divine feminine. And if you have just a little too much feminine energy, which is nourishing but can be a little lethargic, you could introduce a little more masculine energy into that. It's yin yang. You know, yang is the sun, it's male energy. Yin is the moon, it's divine feminine energy. And we will always want to be in rhythm with all of those aspects. In fact, we could find out right now which is more dominant. So you could even have your eyes open, it doesn't really matter. But if you just slowly breathe and notice which of your nostrils is more dominant right now. Which of your nostrils is more dominant right now? You know, just as you slowly breathe in, just the nostril, that it seems that there's like a much clearer flow of air coming in or out. Megan says my left doesn't work at all. Now, isn't that interesting? So, right nostril, if your right is more dominant right now, that's your masculine side. That means you're more likely to be moving forward, to be into transformation, to be into following through. It's sort of like pitta energy or manipura chakra energy. And if your left is more dominant, that's your divine feminine side. That's more nourishing. That's more patient. That's more space holding. But that's just a snapshot of right now. This changes throughout the course of every hour. We're like shifting back and forth. Some people say perhaps it's every 30 minutes or so that we're like shifting back and forth. So it's a good awareness for you to go like, oh, my right's a little more open. Let me see if I can balance it out a little bit. Let me see. Or maybe you need that following through. You need that masculine energy in that moment. So this is just awareness. There's no good, bad, no right, wrong. There's just, if you have been sitting around and sitting around and sitting around like, oh, COVID, for the last, and you're just still sitting around, like waiting for someone to like push you off the couch, that would be a time to activate your masculine energy to get that movement. And if you've been a little overly, aggressive or moving forward or harsh, or perhaps you've scorched the village or something along those lines, that would be time to introduce a little more divine feminine, just to soften you a little bit. One of my favorite mantras for softening is Om Ah Hum. Om Ah Hum. Om, impeccability of mind. Ah, impeccability of speech. Hum, impeccability of heart. Om, perfection of mind. Ah, perfection of speech. Hum, perfection of heart. Om, tranquility of mind. Ah, tranquility of speech. Hum, tranquility of heart. Om, peace of mind. Ah, peace of speech. Hum, peace of heart. Om, ah, hum. So let's meditate right now. We'll use that as our mantra. And we'll just do it just for a few minutes here, because there's so much that I want to guide you through in this process, and I want to share with you. And thank you so much for your generous donations. They are never expected, and they're always appreciated. And so if you feel that you find value in any aspect of this, thank you. I'm so grateful. And I've created over 1,000 guided meditations. I don't get a lot of feedback. Think about it. They're out there in the ether. And so I don't often know, unless someone's posting a comment or something like that. I never sort of know, what's the feedback? Is anyone listening? Is anyone finding value? Has anyone been healed? Has anyone been helped? So this is actually an opportunity. And I know I'm not trying to put a financial amount on it, but it's an energy exchange. And so, the teeniest little whoop whoop is brilliant for me. It doesn't have to be financial, but just that level of feedback. And I would say that same thing if you're doing any of my courses. Please comment, because I put it out there, and I would like to know that you're finding value in it. So it's my 2 cents. So Om Ah Hum. So I'm going to guide us through a little bit of a process, sort of like my morning practice. And hopefully this is not the first meditation for you today. But if it is, okay, maybe it can be the start. I think this is my 3rd. Peaches and I have been up for about 5 hours now. So we've gotten a lot done. We've hiked, we've walked, we've practiced yoga, we've meditated, we've had some coffee. We're sort of we're in. But maybe you just woke up, so I don't know. But you know how I feel. Rise, pee, meditate. Make meditation that very, 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 very first thing you do when you wake up, so it can set the trajectory of your day. So let's settle in. Remember, comfort is queen. And together, let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. And let's ever so gently let that go. Allow your eyelids to gently float closed or close as much as is comfortable. And again, long, slow, deep breath in and release it. And just allow me to guide you here. See if you can surrender. See if you can fully accept this moment. Receive this moment. And now just breathe normally and watch your breath. And watch it. Just witness it. Don't do anything with it. Just observe. Watching your inhale, watching your exhale. And as you breathe, notice that there's a flicker of space between the in and the out. Just a flicker of space. Maybe it's a millisecond between that inhale and that exhale. And don't force, don't concentrate, just witness, just observe it. That space between the in and the out. That space is your still point. That's actually who you are. You are the space between. Space between your thoughts. Space between your heartbeats. Space between your breaths. Space between your words. Space between your actions. You are the gap. You are the space between. And now at the top of your next inhale, notice the pause before your exhale. It's that flicker. It's that teeniest of pauses. You breathe in, there's a pause, you breathe out. You breathe in, there's a pause, you breathe out. And at the top of your next inhale, see if you can lengthen that pause just a beat. Just a beat. Just at the top of your next inhale, when you get to that pause, see if you can lengthen it just a beat. And notice that you're slowing down. Notice that your mind is calming. Notice that your body is relaxing. Notice that the swirl outside of you and inside of you is slowing down just a bit. Feel all the tension in your body. Feel all the stress in your mind. Just drifting away with each breath. And now let's ask ourselves a few sacred questions. First, let's ask, who am I? Who am I? And sometimes answers will come. Sometimes there'll be no answers. That's okay. Simply keep asking that question over and over. Who am I? Who am I? Now it's a perfect time to begin your dialogue with the universe. Who am I? And just allow this deep exploration. There's no right or wrong. So don't worry about that. Who am I? And next, let's ask, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? And allow all the people, the situations, the experiences, the dark clouds, the silver linings, for which you're truly grateful, to simply unfold. What am I grateful for? Just let your gratitude list roll. And next, let's ask, what does my heart truly long for? What does my heart truly long for? And feel free to place your fingertips or your palm or your hands on your heart. Because remember, you're not asking your head this question. You're asking your heart. Allow it to answer. What does my heart truly long for? And now, based on the answers to these questions, let's invite an intention into our awareness. Just for today. An intention just for today. And your attention can be a state of mind, a state of being, a trait, a quality, a characteristic that you'd like to embrace or amplify just for today. Just for today. It's an aspect of who you are, but perhaps it's dormant. Perhaps it's sleeping. Perhaps it needs to be awakened. And once that's crystallized, now invite that intention into your heart and plant it there like a seed in that fertile soil of your heart. If the soil is fertile, the seed will manifest. But if the soil is unnourished, there won't be any blooming or blossoming. So see your soil right now as so fertile, so open, so nourishing, so embracing, so loving, and allow that seed to be planted into that beautiful, nourishing, fertile soil that's resting deep inside. Plant it deep. Feel it take hold. Feel it take root. Feel that intention merge with you. They say it takes about a minute for the blood that's in the heart to move through our entire body and then return to the heart. And you've planted that seed. And right now, it's bathing your brain. It's washing your organs. It's rippling through every single fiber of your existence. Right now, that intention is infusing itself into every cell in your body. You have become the intention at the cellular level. This is called a sankalpa, subtle intention, always running in the background. You don't have to do anything with it. And just about now, it's returning, all that blood returning to your heart. And you are the intention. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 47, we have total control over our actions and no control over the fruit of those actions. So let's take a long, slow, deep breath in and release it. Let that intention go. We've planted it. It is who we are at this point. We'll leave it up to the universe to answer. We'll leave it up to spirit to sort out all the details. That intention is pulsing through every single atom of your existence. But how do we activate it? We take it deeper. We connect to the stillness and silence that rests within, and in that moment, the intention becomes amplified. The intention wants to manifest, and its path to manifesting is through stillness and silence. So I shared with you the mantra, Om, Ah, Hum. Perfection of mind, perfection of speech, perfection of heart, impeccability of mind, impeccability of speech, impeccability of heart, tranquility of mind, tranquility of speech, tranquility of heart, peace of mind, peace of speech, peace of heart. Om, Ah, Hum. Say it out loud with me one time. Om, Ah, Hum. And now whisper it with me one time. Om, Ah, Hum. And now just begin repeating it silently to yourself. We'll just stay in the space for a few minutes here. And just allow this peace, this perfection, this impeccability, this tranquility of mind, speech, and heart to activate your intention. Om, Ah, Hum. As you repeat the mantra, it may change. It may get louder or fainter. It may get faster or slower. It may get jumbled or distorted. It may vanish entirely. That's okay. However it changes, don't resist. But at a certain point, when you realize you've drifted away to thoughts or sounds or physical sensations, ever so gently drift back to Om, Ah, Hum. And this meditation, like every meditation, will be a gentle drifting back and forth. I'll watch the time. And when you hear my voice, just sit gently with your eyes closed. So let's begin. drift your attention to the left side of your heart, the actual left side of your physical heart. This is your nourishment center. This is where you receive love. This is where you allow forgiveness. This is where you receive kindness. It opens a bit more every day, and this is where you receive healing. This is where you accept healing. And so take a long, slow, deep breath in. And feel that healing come into your heart. And as you exhale, awaken nourishment. Now drift your attention to the very bottom of your heart. You can place your fingertips there. This is your strength center. This supports you, balances you, holds up your heart. It's the foundation. It's mighty. It's strong. It's stable. And take a long, slow, deep breath into that space at the very bottom of your heart and feel the healing come into your heart. And as you exhale, awaken that strength. One more time. Long, slow, deep breath in. Feel the healing come into your heart. And as you exhale, send that strength to someone else in your life who could benefit from it. You're just a conduit of healing, conduit of light. Now drift your attention to the right side of your heart. This is your voice, the power of your voice. This is the part of your heart that sends love, that radiates compassion, that flows kindness. This is the part of your heart that sends healing, ripples gratitude, and sends forgiveness. And take a long, slow, deep breath into this power of your voice and feel healing come into it, undimming your light, awakening your voice. And as you exhale, send a message of kindness to just one person in your life. And now drift your attention to the very front of your heart, the exposed part. This is your courage center. This is your shield. It's taken all the hits, all the triggers, all the unkind harshness, all the abuse. But it's the protector. It's the defender. It's scarred, it's bruised, it's battered, but it's resilient. It will always protect you. This is your courage center. And take a long, slow, deep breath in and feel that healing washing all those scars, easing all those bruises, just so gently, being kind to all that battering. And as you exhale, amplify, activate your courage. Let's do that again. Long, slow, deep breath in and wash that healing over that bruised and battered shield, that defender that always protects you. And as you exhale, activate your courage. And now drift your attention to the very, very back of your heart, the part that's never exposed. This is your wisdom center. This is the heart's intelligence, your understanding, the heart's brain. This is your discernment, your intuition that sends and receives emotional signals to govern your life. Your wisdom center. And take a long, slow, deep breath in. Feel your intuition expand. And as you exhale, just allow healing to flow out into the world. And now drift your attention to the very top of your heart. This is your connection to Source. The very, very top of your heart, the crown of your heart, looks up to the stars. It's celestial. It's cosmic. It's galactic. It's soulful. It's the part of you connected to spirit in every single moment. It's godly. It's goddessly. This is the part of your heart that helps you commune with oneness. And take a long, slow, deep breath in to the very crown of your heart. Feel stardust just pouring into it, activating you, awakening you, enlightening you. And let it go. And now drift your attention to the very, very center of your heart. That sweet molten center. This is the anahata, that pinpoint of light resting at the very core of your being. Anahata in Sanskrit means unstruck. This is the most tender part of your heart. This is your unconditional love center. This is the part of you that's always trusting. This is the unstruck, the unblemished, the untainted, the unstained, the unwounded, the unbruised, the unbattered, pure, innocent, always trusting, resting at the core of your being, loving unconditionally, unhurt, unwounded, undamaged, never offended, beyond pain. It's limitless. This is the part of you, that pinpoint of light, that truly is imbued with infinite possibilities. Take a long, slow, deep breath into that pinpoint and breathe in acceptance of your magnificence. Allow it. Do not resist right now. Breathe it in, your acknowledgement, your acceptance of your divine magnificence. And as you exhale, breathe out unconditional love to every single corner of the planet. Again, one more time, long, slow, deep breath in. Breathe in acceptance of your divine magnificence. Do you know how beautiful you are? I think not, my dear. Yet Hafiz could set you on a stage and worship you forever. Allow that. Receive that. Accept that. And now repeat this affirmation with me, out loud, even if there's people around. I am whole. I am loved. I am love. I am peace. I am whole. I am loved. I am love. I am peace. And I'm going to take a long, slow, deep breath in right now of metta, unconditional loving kindness. I'm going to fill my heart with it. I'm going to connect a thread from my heart to your heart. So feel that thread connecting our hearts. And I'm going to breathe in that unconditional healing light into my heart and flow it into yours. And just allow it. Allow that healing. Allow that kindness. Allow that forgiveness. Allow that compassion. You are so worthy of receiving love. Let me flow it to you from the cosmos. And let's just stay in this space as you now connect a thread from your heart to someone else's heart who's suffering, struggling, or in pain. And as I breathe in this healing light, this healing love, and flow it to you along that thread that connects our hearts, receive it, fill your heart, and flow it out to one more person. This is the power of your ripple. Sacred power of your ripple. And now take a long, slow, deep breath in. And ever so gently let that go. Let's do that one more time. Long, slow, deep breath in. And gently release it. And let's seal the answers to the questions that we asked. Let's seal the intention that we planted. Let's seal this meditation and the healing that we've shared by chanting Om. Let's celebrate the power of this collective. It's 3,100 of us here right now. Let's celebrate that power. Let's harness that power for love, for kindness, for compassion, for forgiveness, for self-love. By chanting Om, the hymn of the universe, the universal vibration that heralds our oneness. And we're 3,000 strong right now. Feel free to chant that Om as loud as you possibly can. Let's let it ripple from the Arctic Circle and just blanket the entire planet. Long, slow, deep breath in. And when it feels comfortable, you can slowly open your eyes. You can look around at all those orbs floating across the page. Who shared this collective consciousness with you. Place your palms together, raise them to your heart, bow your head just a little bit and say Namaste. I honor the divine light in you that's also in me. And when you're in that space, and I'm in that space, we are one. I think it's pretty clear that we were both in that space. Namaste. Powerful, intense. Well, this is Independence Day. Hopefully you've leveled up your independence. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. I know a lot of people, there's like family around, or you're getting ready for a celebration. Hopefully you celebrated yourself right here. And thank you again for all your donations. So kind, so sweet, so appreciated. Never expected and always appreciated. So thank you so much. I know we've all got a lot of stuff going on in our lives. I usually take the summer off, but our teacher training kicks off in about a week. So I'll be diving into that. And then I'm traveling to San Francisco to work with the San Francisco Police Department, their leadership team from the deputy chiefs down to cops walking the beat. All races, all genders, all labels in that group. And then a week later, I'm going to Washington, D.C. to work with Metro D.C. police, who probably have all experienced massive trauma over the last 6 months, plus whatever's going on in their life. And these will be my first 2 times that I'm stepping out into like the physical world with people and teaching. Otherwise, I've, pretty much been a hologram. But I'm so grateful for Insight Timer, and I'm so grateful to all of you. Someone mentioned that my course, 40 Days of Transformation, got dropped off their courses. Well, go pick it back up. It's there. I've got 4 courses on Insight Timer: 40 Days of Transformation, 30 Days of Rebirth, Shakti Manifestation, my chakra course, and the healing sessions, freeing your soul through the second meditation of the day. So they're there. So I would encourage everyone, dive in, do that, or at least add that second meditation. I think it's so important. I have freed my soul, and I have forgiven myself and others in my life. And I have let go of stuff that no longer serves me. Toxicity, anger, disappointment, heartbreak. I'm a work in progress. Please don't think I've fully released and I'm living in the land of moksha. But because of the second meditation practice of the day, I think I'm a better version, better expression of who I truly am, resting inside. And I would encourage you to do that as well. Nice. There's a couple of people here who've already done this. And there's a couple of people here who I see just be inspired. She's one of our certified Masters of Wisdom and Meditation teachers. How amazing. And I see Adriana's here, and Jax. What's a favorite book of yours? Oh, let's see. Could it be the Upanishads? Maybe. Or perhaps it's the Yoga Sutras, potentially. Or maybe it's the Bhagavad Gita translated by the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. Or maybe it's Ram Dass's Path to God. Or perhaps it's Marshall Rosenberg's Nonviolent Communication. Maybe it's Don Miguel Ruiz's The Four Agreements. Or perhaps it's Pema Chodron's When Things Fall Apart. Maybe it's Adi Shankara's The Crest Jewel of Discrimination. Maybe it's Eknath Easwaran's translation of the Bhagavad Gita. Or my mini Gita. Or maybe it's Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. Or perhaps it's Thich Nhat Hanh's The Heart of the Buddhist Teaching. Or maybe, shameless plug, it's Sacred Powers. These are all the books that we explore in our teacher training, so I've been readying them at my side, my outdoor bookcase. Here's another book that I really love because we're all on the hero's journey. It's Joseph Campbell's The Hero with a Thousand Faces. Really so powerful. And of course, there's Love Poems from God. Rumi, St. Francis of Assisi, Hafiz, Kabir, St. Teresa, St. Catherine, Thomas Aquinas, Meister Eckhart, St. John of the Cross. All interesting. Anyway, hope that answers your question. That was pretty amazing. When is my next live? I don't know. I was just missing you. And so I figured, like I said, I'm about to dive into, weekly webinars for my teacher training. And I want to make sure that I connect with my tribe. You guys are there's a lot of us. We all care about meditation. We're like-minded. We all aren't looking for the shortest meditation, perhaps not the longest one, but we're looking to really dive deep and connect to the stillness and silence that rests within. And that's who I want to hang out with. It's you. But if you do any of my courses and you're commenting, I will respond. And I respond often with audio responses. We will actually have a conversation, a dialogue through that process. And if you comment every day, then I'm talking to you every day and we are, connected. So it's sort of like a secret way for us to have these deep conversations or light conversations by taking the courses on Insight Timer, because I am paying attention. That's what I do. I'm a meditation geek. I'm a meditation nerd. So anything meditation fills my heart. Thank you again for taking the time to hang out with me. We were just going to hang out for an hour, and I know I've rolled over a little bit. Any questions that anyone asks? We can answer them right now. Belladonna's, I'm on the 4th round of the healing sessions. So powerful. Thank you, Belladonna. 56 days. Let's see if we can keep that going. How beautiful is that? Rita, the session's been amazing. I'm very grateful for you. Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time. I think we've got something. We've set the trajectory for the rest of our day. So even if you're in Europe right now and it's winding down evening, you should have some spark of healing, some soothing physical or emotionally, and hopefully that's what you're taking away. Do I have a book list? I sort of just ran through it. Tea Lady Net is working on her teacher training right now. Every course can be repeated again and again. Yeah, absolutely. So could we do this again soon and send our threads all to the first people? Yeah, but why don't we sort of like celebrate what we've just done? Let's not like leap to the next thing. It's the space between. Let's have a shavasana, an integration. You know, something powerful happened. I would even encourage you not to hop into a car. Do not operate heavy machinery right now. Allow it to settle in. Allow yourself to walk through the world with a little greater grace and greater ease. Celebrate that, just for today, if only for today. How do you access the teacher training? You can just visit the davidjmeditationacademy.com. Yeah, we're finalizing. This is our last week before we start. So if you're interested, you could always send me an email. I am info@davidji.com. Let's celebrate Insight Timer. Let's really allow Insight Timer to be this magnificent tribe. Looks like we had about 3,200 people at our peak. How powerful is that? What's the power of that ripple, right? Then they told two friends, then they told two friends, and suddenly we have 3,000 people showing up with more open hearts, with a little more kindness, with a little more clarity, flowing beauty into the world. Join, there's an Insight Timer Circle, David G's sweet spot of the universe. Feel free to join that. I pop in once in a while, but I know Valerie is sort of like hosts that. She like came out of nowhere to create the circle and host it. So we got a lot of people there, and hopefully you find value in that. Let's stay connected. So grateful for you showing up. So grateful for your donations. So grateful for our connection, which transcends space and time. And I hope to be creating many, many more courses and meditations for Insight Timer. I think I have about 70 meditations and 4 courses, which is 40, 30, 10, 10, so 90 sessions in the courses. Hopefully you find value in those. Sending you love. Stay strong. Trust your heart. Thank you for trusting me. And keep trusting in the divine to deliver you to exactly where you need to be. Namaste.